There we go. We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. I'm finally back. Despite having been in a car accident yesterday and having this bruise on my arm, I need to talk about my tour before I forget because I just got back. And not only do I have my Yoshi dolls, they're cute and all, but I also now have a new friend. I got Jerry Garcia. Jerry was gifted to me by a man on the road from Vermont who's like, I brought you my Jerry doll. I was like, all right. He came to my One Man Gone concert and then we put Jerry out. And then my other new thing I got from tour, I mean, I have stickers and all sorts of stuff I could show you, but I have this Phish hat from like some old tour from actually one of my YouTube subs, Dan, who lives in Raleigh, and he was able to come. And not only was he able to come, he had a floor ticket, and he even won first entry a few numbers behind me. And so he was basically one row behind me, slightly to my left. And then we met really nice people at that show. So we were with this nice lady and this nice jazz teacher. And so jazz music, not jazz the dance. Okay. So it was a lot of fun. So I basically want to go through my photos, my VIP exclusive videos that honestly I should paywall because people don't appreciate them, like my dancing videos. I was like, you know what? I need to start paywalling my dancing videos because people get so upset about it, but I think people would pay a lot of good money to see those dancing videos personally. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But we'll start with just the recap. I might play some things from various shows or just show you guys the set list and just talk about like where I went, what I wore, who I hung out with, what kind of people I met, like all sorts of fun stuff that I can remember as we go through this. This is my knee. I like to sit like this, like fetal position. All right, so we'll start at the beginning. So when I got to Raleigh, no, this is Deer Creek. Okay, Deer Creek. Most events aren't planned. That's a Phish song. But what happened is that I was in Europe graduating, and it was the 7th of July, and all of a sudden Madison show started. And I was like, oh yeah, Phish tour. I like that. Yeah, that's great. Okay. So then the Madison show seemed so good, but I wasn't there. And then I was flying back from Europe on the 8th. And so I got back on the evening of the 8th. And it's Thursday morning. So that's a Wednesday, okay? So then Thursday morning, I get up and I'm like, I wonder if I can go to Deer Creek. Because my kids were already at summer camp, okay? So that was the thing, is like they were already at summer camp in terms of like me being in my Europe trip and all that. So I was like home alone. No one was home. It was like very lonely. I started working a little bit and then I was like, why am I even here? And then I looked up tickets to Deer Creek and there was like on points. Flights to Indianapolis direct. And I was like, I think if I could fly late Friday nights, I'd miss the Friday show, but I'd get there Saturday morning and then I could go to the Saturday and Sunday. And if I fly back at 6:30 a.m. on Monday, I could go to both shows because I had to work on Monday and I had to work on Friday. So like it just kind of worked out. So I ended up doing it. And then I was like, all right, well, where am I going to stay? Because I was looking at hotels like walking distance to Deer Creek. And I was like, I don't know. And I didn't want to rent a car. And so then I have a friend named Jen, and I'll show you her picture in a little bit. But basically, this bus was a Canadian bus from Toronto. And there's a travel organizer who takes Canadians from Canada and they drive all the way to America. And they drove in a bus from Toronto to Deer Creek, Indianapolis, which I was like, that's crazy. Okay. So they were all staying in this one hotel. And so then I found out about the hotel. So then I booked that hotel and I got a corporate rate because there was like a group rate. And then I was able to like buy bus transportation back and forth from Deer Creek from the hotel. So it was super fun. And I just went alone. And so I went shopping that day. And this was me shopping. Okay. There was like a really high scale mall. I found out that nobody in the Midwest walks because there was like not even proper sidewalks. It was only like a 0.4 miles to this mall. And I'm like, where's the sidewalks? Where's the accessibility? They just want you to drive everywhere. But I walked. I went shopping, did not buy anything. Oh, that's okay. So then I find out that I won number 2 first entry, which is like basically impossible. Okay. Like I've won 38, I've won 58, I've won like 128, I've won 250. Like I've never won under 10. Okay. I've never won under 28, actually. That was like so I've never gotten on the rail. And I was like, what? Number two? That's crazy. Okay. So I was like, I'm going to be on the rail for Sunday night. It was just like an absolute, like, I couldn't even believe it. It was like so surreal. So I knew that. What did I say here?
This is the show look, but ignore the mess behind me.
Yeah. I brought so much stuff for 2 days in Deer Creek. It was like Princess of Spaceballs. Anyway, so then I took a picture of Red too because I had to remember where the bus was after the show. So those are all the Canadians, and they're kind of like pre-gaming. I was just trying to capture what this like shakedown situation was / lot, because I was like alone, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm so scared. Like the only other time I had been in like that kind of shakedown street, whatever, was in Hampton, but I was with like two guys, so I was like safe, whatever. And then I was like at this Deer Creek, and I was like all alone, and I was like, because I had to go to the floor entrance, and my friend who I knew who had other friends, she was on lawn, so like I couldn't like hang with them because I had to like get a good spot on the floor. So I was like, I gotta go in. So basically, like I started walking down Shakedown, and I was like, this is not the right direction, and I had to like then I realized you can't get out. It's like Labyrinth when like she just keeps going and all the sides are walls. Like Shakedown of Deer Creek is Labyrinth. You can't get out. Once you're on the street, there's no exits. So I was like going down. I was like, there must be an opening somewhere, like in Labyrinth, you know, David Bowie. I'm like, where's the opening? No opening. I'm like, oh my God. So I like have to turn around 180, and they're like, you know, people are selling things. It's like, bonjour, good day. How is your family? Bonjour, good day. How is your wife? But it's like drugs and alcohol and stuff. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. And they're like, do you want trinkets? It's like, trinkets are like my nightmare. You want t-shirts? T-shirts are my nightmare. I hate like tchotchkes, you know, because like my parents were like hoarders a bit. So they have too much like stuff. Okay. So the last thing I need is like t-shirts and like memorabilia. Okay. I just go for the memories. Anyway, so that's why I don't just go on lot without my wrecking crew. But now that I have a wrecking crew, it's going to be so different from Dick's because we're going to have like matching shirts, and it's going to be like Erica Reacts, and then it's going to be like Erica Reacts wrecking crew, and then we're going to be like, okay, and then we're going to have a shirt with all, and I want the Yoshis on it. It's going to be like all the Yoshis wearing ERWC shirts like this surrounding me at Dick's. So I think it'll be a very good thing. I didn't want to get people's faces. I was just like, I have to get the vibe. That's the vibe of Deer Creek. Okay, so then I got a good spot. I was all by myself. I asked this guy to, so it was basically in front of like Fishman's drum set, 3rd row, which was like pretty good for just not having first entry and arriving. I asked them to take my photo. They did. There's another selfie. Oh yeah, I was like punching the eye opener. Like pretty good. Why is it so good? Look at the vibes, guys. Look at the crowd vibes. So much color. And they're like, Erica, dress is too bright. Oh, I broke my fan. I was fanning so hard that I broke my fan, and then I did not even have a fan for the rest of the tour, sadly. What's this? Oh, 555. The Yoshis love 555. And someone took a video of me. There I am, not bothering anyone. I guess if it doesn't load, we just go on. We've got it simple, because we've got a band. What are we seeing here? Okay, so AC/DC bag, punch in the eye, theme from the bottom, timber, 55 Reba, dirt, most events aren't planned, everything's right, Tweezer Golden Age, my friend. Oh yeah, that was the one. The significant thing about this show was my friend into Tweezer into No Quarter, which is the cover, and is very evil fish. Starting with my friend to Carini was like an evil fish conglomerate, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, Anyway, so then I said, can you take a video of me? And they said yes. Okay, then this is the next day when I had first entry. So that's my friend Michael, who happened to win #1, and I know him from the Sphere. So when we were at the Sphere one night, him and his guy friends happened to be like near us, and they're all like, older Gen X guys, and they like loved me. They were like obsessed with me. They're like, you're like the most cheerleader like person on the floor, whatever. So he was like so happy to be next to me, and he was #1 and got right in front of Trey, and then I went like just to his right. Okay. So we were like #1 and 2. I was like, it was meant to be. And to my other side was my other friends, Michelle and her husband, who I've met like since last year in Chicago. They're so nice. That's me and Michael, who were just happy. We both went alone, so it was like kismet. These are Canadians who were on the bus with me. And apparently they were like fans of mine, or like one of the guys was a fan of mine. And so then he didn't know that I was the Erica that booked the bus. The tour guy didn't know that I was Erica Reacts. So I'm like booking it under my real name. And then I eat breakfast in the hotel with these random guys, and we start playing like, geography. Like we know the same people, whatever. Like who do we know? Mutual friends, whatever. What summer camp are your kids at? Oh, what summer camp am I? Okay, we're playing geography. And then he's like, oh, our tour organizer like is a big fan of yours. I was like, really? So then I messaged him. I'm like, do you know that I'm Erica Reacts? He's like, what? You're Erica Retro Gaming? Oh my God, I didn't even know. And then like he wanted a picture. So then when I got on the rail, I was like, I'm not like not gonna take photos of this, because like this is like my first time on the rail, and I've put in my time. I paid my dues. I paid my dues. It's time to get out. I paid my dues. Okay, everything's right. So just that's how I felt. So I was like, I have to like take a few selfies and whatever. I mean, come on, rail riders for life, yo. And other people took this of me, by the way. This is like other people's shots of me on the rail from like Deer Creek. This is my only video. I asked Michael to film me dance to Riff because it's like my favorite song. He's like an older Gen X, so he didn't understand that like landscape is not the ideal format for what I'm doing with my life. But he was filming everything in landscape. I'm like, let's just keep it portrait. Thank you. That's why I turned. Then a set break. 2001. I know a lot of like 1.0 fans don't like more, but I think it's super good vibes. Okay. Like I think it's just like such an inspirational song. And this girl who just knows me from social media, but now we're friends, by the way, she took that video of me, and that's how I made that video where I trolled everyone by saying, debuting my viral TikTok dance. See, I did not debut a TikTok dance. It's just I was dancing like that. And then like I just later put that caption, and that's what trolls people. It's so easy. Okay, then I did not film, except for that one rift. I did not film the whole show. And then I was like, you know what? It's the effing encore. And the encore opens with Wilson, like my favorite song. I have like 17 favorite songs, but I was like, my favorite song. I was like, I am taking out my freaking phone and I'm going to be like, Wilson, okay? Because I'm just like, oh, they're going to freaking love that. The trolls are just going to go wild. I got really mad about it. Phish on Film got real mad because he's the keeper of the peace, like he's like, how dare you? We don't do selfies at Phish shows. I was like, we do now, bitch. Okay. Helping friendly book. I think you a bad crook. So that was pretty epic. And then they do Fluffhead, and I'm just like, Wow. Fluffhead Encore to close out Sunday night, Deer Creek. Never miss a Sunday show. I was like, when I just heard Fluffhead at the last night of the Sphere. So I was like, this is great. My Fluffhead stats are getting so good. That's what I was thinking about. So yeah, and whatever. I made him do one selfie with me, my older Gen X dude. So you've been banned from the callouts? What'd you do? Anyway, once eventually one of these videos will load. Just as good as live Phish, right? That's why I don't film the band. I film myself because the live Phish does this better than me, even with my perspective. Like any selfie action in this? I don't know. Let's keep going. We have a lot of shows to get through. Blah, 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 Fluffhead. It was so good. Blah, blah, blah. My life has changed. Okay, then people sent me, I saw you on the stream. See, this is someone's TV. I saw you on the stream. I saw you on the stream. Okay? So there was a lot of I saw you on the stream. I saw you on the stream. Here I am again. I saw you on the stream. I saw you on the stream. I know. That's what I always say. Dance like everybody's watching because live Phish is watching. Just remember that. Oh, that's the other thing. People go, they're fine. They get around all their other biases against me, and they're like, okay. I guess like it's not that bad that she's like dancing and filming it. Like I guess it's not that bad. But the only thing is, what about the other people in the video? They don't want to be blasted all over the internet. And I'm like, you're on live Phish, and I'm always in the first 5 rows. Like if you're in the first 5 rows, you're on live Phish. That is like the most stupid argument ever. Like you're on live Phish, but I don't want to be on the internet. You signed away your rights when you bought that Ticketmaster. Read your terms and conditions, just so you know. Anyway, I got on the rail. I'm on the stream. Someone gave me that hot sticker. Oh yeah, Peter Orr. Do you guys know Peter Orr? I met Peter Orr. So Peter Orr, who's everybody's dad, and now he's my dad. He like came over, he was like right behind me, his group. He was like 2nd row, 3rd row, whatever. And he's like, let's have a chat, Erica. I want to get to know you. And I was like, okay. So like we sat down and I had a really good talk. And by the end of the talk, he's like, you seem great. I don't know if anyone has a problem with you. He's like, so yeah, Peter Orr gave his endorsement 2 thumbs up. He's like an old time 1.0 dude. So he's like all cool with me. That girl is the one that took the More video. That's Jody. Just give her credit. More perspectives of me on the rail by other people. My TikTok dance. That was the official Deer Creek photo from like their Ruoff Center photographer. I mean, who wouldn't want to photograph me on the rail? Seriously. That's my friend Jen who hooked me up with the bus. Okay. So all the fishy community comes together. There I am on the rail. This random dude, I don't know who it is, but he's like, can I get a selfie with you? And I was like, yeah, of course. I say yes to every selfie. And I don't even charge for them yet. Like, honestly, I could start to do my own shakedown, like where it's just like you pay to like take a picture with me, but I'm not. I'm still for the people, okay? All right, then I go home. I get home Monday morning. I have to wake up at 4. I go to the airport. I go home. I go straight to work. I teach like a 10 a.m. class on Monday. I teach all day Monday. I teach all day Tuesday. I teach all day Wednesday. Thursday, I teach like half the day. And then I have to like go to the airport and fly on a 4 o'clock flight to Raleigh. So I'm home for like 3.5 days after Deer Creek. And I'm like, 106. Sounds lovely. It's going to be fantastic. So then we get first entry. I think I'm like 38 or something. It's total vibes. It's so hot though. This dude Chip on the rail. Wait, you can't see him over the chat. That guy Chip on the rail, he faces the audience the whole time. But he was there in MPP as well, so I got to know him. And he's like a guitarist, so he likes to just visualize it in his mind. And so he likes to face the same direction as Trey, because then he can like see what Trey's doing, and he like directs. That was my first Character Zero summer, and then all I do is I add the subtitle. When the boys, that's very triggering, played Character Zero for me, okay? And then literally they freaking lose their minds and the trolls are like, I need to post this on Phish official callouts right now. And I'm like, you guys are so easy to manipulate. It's so funny. I'm just like literally taking a video that I'm just dancing to character zero and then I just add like when the boys played it for me and they lose their minds. It's so funny. Anyway, it was a good show. It was hot. It was really good people. I think that's Scott. He's my friend. He's like a dad. Anyway, they don't load. I just keep going. But yeah, that was Raleigh. So yeah, that's Fee. Oh yeah, we had like the blow up Fee. So then, yeah. So then I'm just on the rail, whatever. Oh, it was a really good encore. That one's the one that had like 4. It was my first Mango song, so that was like a big deal. Yeah, it was my first Mango song. So that was important. I got to meet. Get in with. That was Fee. That's my friend. I forget. He does.
All right, everybody.
Content.
I got Fee. He's rollable to the car, and Fee's gonna make it to MPP. We gotta get Fee on the stream.
Yeah, so this is when the rail riders tested us. Like that's what we came up with. Is like the rail riders were like, all right, Erica's got good energy. She won number 2 in Deer Creek. Clearly the band likes her. Like they were like, all right, like let's give her a task to see if she's dedicated to the cause. So they're like, we need you to transport Fee, who started in Madison, from MPP. Or was it Raleigh to MPP? It was from Raleigh to MPP. They're like, we need you to transport Fee. Because Fee got on the stream during Fee, which was kind of cool. So that was the one where Trey threw the megaphone because it wasn't working. So he goes, this piece of shit, whatever, and he throws it. So Fee, it was given to us to make sure we transported him. And then once we did, the rail riders then accepted us. And they were basically like, okay, you're cool now. And I knew that was true because during one of the MPP shows, they brought me up to the rail to dance during Possum because they were like, you're the first night of MPP, I was like too far back. And they're like, it wasn't good for the band's energy for you to be so far back. Like they were like, the band needed you closer, Erica. Like, I don't think it was good for the band that you were so far back. And I was like, well, I didn't like it either. So the next day I won first entry, not a good number, but like 150. So I was like, this is how far back I was the first night of MPP. But then the second night of MPP, because I was closer, the rail riders pulled me up to the rail for Possum and were like, the band needs you up here. And I was like, all right. So like, that's just how you get in with the rail riders. Google Photos is so great. It doesn't load. Like the cloud is like, nah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Everyone hates my videos anyway. That's, oh, my Yem dance. Anyway, if they play, they play. If they don't, we scroll. Yem was good. Yeah, I've had so many McGrups. I have like 7 McGrups or something, like 6 McGrups. Like my McGrup stats are like crazy. Anyway, that was fun, but it was crowded. That was the worst pit in terms of crowdedness. That was the only Gotta Japoo I got the whole summer. Actually. Gotta Japoo, Gotta Japoo, Gotta Japoo. Blah, 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 blah. Nothing loading. We'll just keep going. Very impatient here. Oh. Oh yeah, I've met Ashley. Well, Ashley's my friend, so every time I see Ashley, she's like, how are you? Let's take a photo. Great. I love Ashley. She does Groove Safe. I don't have any organization. I don't want an organization. I don't want a nonprofit. I just want to go to shows and have fun. Okay. I just want to do for profit for myself on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. I don't want to do nonprofit. No, I'm just there for me and the music. That's my friend as well. He wanted a picture. This dude wanted a picture. He's a big fan, apparently. Very happy to meet me. There's Fee. These were some memes they made about me where they put me in for Paige with the band. Somehow they always make me look fatter than I am. I'm like, I'm not that fat. Like, I'm much thinner than that. A lot of the me like this AI of me has like worse legs than I have. I have a much better thigh like butt situation going on than the meme of me. I'm like, and she kind of looks like not even my face. But yeah. This was going into the pit night 2 MPP. So this dude Mark is now also my best friend. He has like over 1,000 shows or something. He said, this dude. Yeah, so Mark's my new best friend. He like was like, you're so fun to dance with. He's like, I'd love to take you on tour. I was like, okay. But yeah, if he accepts me, everybody should accept me. We had a great time. Oh, I got the face paint. I basically got inducted to the tribe and she was doing like tribal makeup on everybody. So it was fun. This was the Harley Quinn look. Maybe one of the best looks of the whole tour, honestly, with the mix and match bows. It's a little bit funky. See, none of these get on social media. I'm putting them behind a paywall because not everyone. That's Mark. He's my new BFF. Probably this is a video someone like took of me dancing. Yes. There. There I am. Yeah, a good Beatles cover. Like I got other Beatles covers as encores this summer. Anyway, so that was fun. That's me dancing. More videos. There's me. Okay, this is more stuff people I found online of me on the rail in Deer Creek. That's me on the rail for Possum. Okay, then we took the train from DC to New York because Meriwether's like kind of near DC. Yoshi, those were the Yoshis that came, if anyone was curious. So the Yoshis got to ride on the train. It's kind of cute, right? Okay, then I get to MSG. Okay, first night of MSG. I ditched the neon except for the bow. I was like, you know what I need? Bows that glow in the dark in the black light. So I made an Amazon order. And then I was like, I can just wear that. My favorite song, Foam. Look at those moves. Anyway, this is just rail riding. This third row is pretty good. Oh, that's when Fishman jumped off the piano and played the vacuum, which was cool. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the guy harassing me. He said, nobody cares, annoying bit. Okay. And then he said, if you attempt to hijack dicks at any point, you will regret it. So that's a threat. It's all an effing distraction, but you don't effing care as you cream your effing skinny jeans. Yes, rude. Over the attention. Seriously though, and everyone knows women don't have any taste when it comes to, well, anything, which is why they are always reading books from authors their boyfriends recommend and seeing bands they are taken on dates to. I really hope someone gives you an implant experience. You are running shoes for people. You have to wonder about the pathology, blah, 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 blah. I guarantee you she won't do this at Dick's. Oh yeah, muscle tea. Anyway. Oh yeah, this guy. You are freaking garbage. Please stop and go away permanently. Okay. I think I'm in this picture somewhere. I don't know. I think that's why I screenshotted that. Then I had lunch. Then people took pictures of me on the floor. Then I saw Ragtime, the musical. It was very good. Then I made Taco Bell Cantina my official MSG after party spot. Because every night I was hungry and I wanted Taco Bell Cantina. Then I got endorsements. Was behind you in the pit of Deer Creek. Good chats pre-show. No idea who she was, but she was by herself. Let her have rail for a song and she had tears in her eyes. All good in the hood. Let her do her thing. I danced behind you for 2 nights at Deer Creek. You put out nothing but amazing energy and positive vibes. I look forward to dancing with you again. More people who spot me from the stands. There's me on the floor of MSG. Oh, bathtub gin. I love that song so much. That was so good. Science. So good. I love that song so much. It's so funky, you know? I love that song. I was behind the confetti people, the one that does the confetti. So that was cool. Got to see how she does it, how she decides the right moment. Then someone made this meme of that I'm actually on Jean de Portrine, which is hilarious, like literally hilarious. So yeah, MSG was awesome. That was the most furthest back I got on the floor. Chalk dust. Wow, Erica is so shocking here. Wow. Like, really good. So good. The lights at MSG. Wow. My bow in the black light. It looks pretty cool, huh? With the like green sunglasses that match the green bow. Mm-hmm. Pretty genius. People took that picture, that picture, that picture. Someone made this AI meme. It's Garage Pale Kids card, and it says, "She's just another attention for Phish groupie, not a real fan. Queen of the dance floor, pure joy. She's the light. She's only here for the selfies. Trey's dad. We worship you, Erica. Erica, character zero, number one fan. Poser, too much zero substance. There was me. This is night 3. I got to touch the big ball jam. I think this picture was when it like came to me. I tried to like screenshot it from the webcast. Like, wow, she's dancing at a show. Ah. Now I get to vlog about it. That's why I love having these clips, because it brings me back to the moment. If I just look at a set list or listen to it, it's not the same. I was like literally seeing me in the moment. Oh yeah, this was the night where the music went out, the PA went out, and so they just put down their instruments, and Fishman was still drumming. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna take our break early. It was like in the middle of Wolfman's Brother. I kind of hate Wolfman's Brother, so I was okay with it getting cut short. I don't hate Wolfman's Brother, I just don't think it's that great. It's like a very, like, you know, filler song to me. How long did it take to load? A long time, apparently. You could turn up those I could find. I think that I know what I haven't known yet. Julius? Julius is so good. When you're reaching just your past and your future precisely divided. So good. It was a good show. That was a great show. That was one of the best shows. 94. 94 was so good. Oh, we got reprised. Trey loves that so much. He loves coming out in both First Tube and Tweezer Reprise when he does this. By the way, this is before we had Mini Kit Trey. Mini Kit Trey debuts the next night. Wow, Mike should slave in the bass drop. It's so good. It's so good. Then I have this picture from the Rail Rider people. Someone else gave me an endorsement. You were enjoying the show and bringing up the vibes. You weren't distracting or interfering. Unfortunately, people don't follow a very simple rule. If you don't have anything kind to say, don't say anything. Don't let anyone dim your light. Main character 0, my friend Dina made that for me. Then I was getting ready. Then I have my little in front of MSG sign. I think I'm in this photo. Oh, I am. I'm right here in the sunglasses. So, oh yeah, this was the chessboard night. Okay, so this is when we couldn't get floor anymore because We had tickets Monday through, we had the first 3 nights, but then by the time they sent out that flyer that it was going to be like the 90s with the vintage flyer, the tickets went up to like $1,200 each. And I was like, no, we can't do that. Like, that's ridiculous. So I was able to find this like first row seated C section of the floor, which gave me like so much space to dance. It was actually like a really cool spot to be in. For 95. Pretty good. I got another Wilson. I love Wilson so much. It's so good. I mean, it's just play Wilson every show. It's so good. But yes, I had a lot of space to dance in the spot. There were some good bangers on this night. Yeah, 90. Let's see. Fourth night of Madison Square Garden. It was really good. Wilson, Timber, Ha Ha Ha, Son of a Mule. That was my first Son of a Mule. Came from the bottom. Haley's Comet. Amina Mulcahy, that was really good. Nick U. Oh yeah, Funky Bitch. Okay. Oh my god, that taste. And I don't have any video from the taste. I was so into it. I like danced the best I've ever danced, and like I don't have any video of it, which is fine. It's in my mind. It's in my memory. Drowned 29 minutes. I don't even remember that. Oh yeah, I just danced for a long time. Johnny Be Good. I was so energetic in that. Yeah, I was. If any of these videos load, you'll be able to see it. Hello. Anyway, that was a good show. And that's Secret. That's a very good spot. If you get first row of A or C, there's like an extra aisle space because people have to walk through there. So you get like built-in dance. Extra dance. Oh yeah, I got down. I dropped it like it's hot. People are like upset about it. Oh yeah, Free, my other theme song. Free. Bum, bum, bum. I love that song. This is my Wrecking Crew. They made me a cool thing. I think I'm in this picture. Yeah. Oh yeah, these are the sunglasses from Jerry? I get confused. Jerry, and then there's the other guy that got me to Eggy tickets. But I get confused between him and the other one. They have like the same name. One's Jerry Bear, one's Jerry, and then there's another guy. And I already forgot his name. I'm really bad at names. I know what he looks like. I have a picture with him. He gave me the Phish Summer. That was a random fan who wanted a photo.
O'er the red hearts washed were so gallantly.
So for the last night of MSG, I had to sit in seats. It was the first time that I had to like sit in seats, except for when I was next to Trey's dad. I don't like it because I like want everyone to see me, and I feel like I have more space to dance on the floor. But at least I had an aisle. But I really want to be in like the first 3 rows of seats or like the floor, ideally. I feel like too anonymous up there in the stands. It doesn't really fit with like the main character zero thing because I'm the main character. Like I need to be seen. Plus people are literally photographing me and looking for me. So if I can't be found, that's no fun for the Where's Waldo people. You guys know I'm like facetious, right? People don't know I'm facetious. I don't actually think that. Always. Sweethearts. Anyway, it was fine. I could dance in the aisle. It's ASMR. Anyway, that's 96, you know, the fifth night of MSG. Esther! My favorite song. I think I have an Esther dancing clip. And chop off my feet if you want to. You can roll my socks and da 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 da. Do 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 do. I love Esther. That was excellent. Gordon copied my neon.
Take me away, whispering breezes. You lift me up and spin me around.
I'm just like, slow song, drink my drink. If I could, I would. If I could is a little sleepy, don't you think? Tenitsu is pretty good. Just reacting to the chat. Anyway, I have lots of fun tiny clips, but yes, then Fishman sang. This one, not my favorite song. I don't like the vacuum thing because it's like kind of an unpleasant sound. Oh my god, this one. Cross-eyed and Painless. And it went on for like 30 minutes or something. It just jammed out for like 27 minutes. It was... It was a ball. Let Erica dance. Then I got my character 0 again. You guys ready for it? I'm winding up. I'm winding up. Ready for it? It's like my favorite song, guys. It's actually my theme song, but... I burned a lot of calories. My step count was very good on my Apple Watch. It's dead right now, but I wore the Apple Watch to the shows. I did not stream the shows live because I was too busy dancing, everybody. I just stream like now to talk about it after the fact, but I don't stream shows anymore. I once streamed a second set like this. I would take my phone like this, go on TikTok and just like record it, and I would just like hold it there. So I have done that, like when I went to Austin, when I went to San Francisco, I like streamed, but I literally just did it like this. Like I didn't hold it. I was wearing a lower shirt, so like it was in my bra actually. And so it was very easy. Oh, Numberline, of course. That's what I do every time, 8 and 9. That's my sign language for it.
Do you know why we're still friends?
Do you know why we're still friends?
After all these many years, you push too hard, just tasted tears. Made a promise.
People are like leaving. They're like, oh, this is the encore? I'm gonna catch the train. Damn, my birthday comes.
my old friend and sing a song, whispering into his ear. Writing down the number line.
Phish at MSG. I'm leaving Madison Square Garden, and it was great, amazing, 5 shows, whatever, epic, whatever. But there's a problem we had tonight, and the problem is they took away all of our stickers.
And someone behind me randomly sent me this video. Like, I don't know this person. He just saw me dancing and was like, I want to film her, which is what a lot of people do. So, yeah. Yeah, New York has a lot of like casual fans. It's like, oh, Phish is playing at the Garden. We should go. I see them like once a year. That's just how I dance. Oh yeah, Visor Kid. Visor Kid gave me the sunglasses. Hence the visor, hence the sunglasses. Carini opener. Okay, now we're at Fenway. We're at Fenway. We're almost done, guys. We're like almost done. Carini opener. That was pretty good. There's too many chompers. It was like distracting. There was like those kids had goose shirts on. It's kind of cute. They were like 16 to 20 years old, and they had on like both goose shirts. I was like, oh, like the younger fans, they're goose fans. Like how cute. That's their jamban, you know? Everybody has to have a jamban, and they have their own jamban. But they were there with their parents. That's a short clip. 1 minute, 1 second long. There's some good footage from Fenway. So, because there in the beginning of the first night of Fenway, the people came late on both sides of us. And so I had like 6 chairs to dance, and I was like, this is our moment. Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get this show on the road. Do you know what I mean? And then people showed up. Oh, that was a banger. And I do this, never look back again. I go, I'm gone and I'll never look back at all. Okay? It's a banger. It was like such a banger. And I got another free. How many frees did I get this summer? Like 4? It was like a lot. I still had space. So that was good. But then I eventually did not have space. And then at Fenway, I was like not on an aisle. And I had people next to me. And I was like limited in this much movement. And it really inhibits my moves. So I didn't like that. But there was too many chompers at Fenway. But I thought overall it was like only bangers. Like I thought it was just like a good energy to have that many people together. But it's different. It wasn't like the elitist MSG crowd. Like the MSG crowd's like, we're audiophiles and we're here for MSG and like, oh, the 90s and we're so rich and whatever. I felt like Fenway was more like the people and kind of just a lot of people there. But there were a lot of chompers. And then I went to see Eggy after the show. I'm trying to show you the Eggy clips, but oh yeah, Fenway Park. This is Eggy. They loved me. Their bassist was staring at me. I should get comped to Eggy, honestly. Anyway. You know, Eggy. Okay, this was me trying to get like content, but I never turned around. It's okay. Twisted Tila. Right there. Twisted, if you just add an L there, it's Twisted Tila. Yeah, no space this night. I was like, just me getting down to Tweezer. Anyway, that's basically how we get the clips. So, Sigma Oasis. The only song I didn't get again was Life Saving Gun. I only got like one Life Saving Gun all summer, and it was in MPP, I think. But I missed it. I love Life Saving Gun, or Raleigh. I don't know. There was Life Saving Gun. He was staring at me way back in B5, B4. There was a Life Saving Gun. Oh yeah, then Mini Kit Trey. Like Mini Kit Trey was just like, he just could not put away that mini kit. Once he brought it out at MSG that last night, he was just like, the mini kit is staying. He was so into the mini kit jams. Like, mini kit Trey is not going anywhere, just so you know. I think we're gonna have mini kit Trey for a long time. The chat asked, did I have a loon? What's a loon? Is that a balloon? I don't do balloons. Never have. Have no desire to do that. I don't do any drugs, actually, if you guys want to know. I get high on the music without anything because the Phish 3.0 just gets me there. You know, Love and Light, Ruby Waves, Wave of Hope, Ruby Waves of Hope, that's what I like to call it. Ruby Waves of Hope, Golden Age, which is a cover, but I love it. Good. More, Everything's Right. 3.0 Phish is like everything. Though I love the 90s stuff too. Because my favorite songs are like Esther, Foam, Taste, Rift, Fluffhead, Reba, Yem. Basically. Oh, we had that good Ghost. I feel I never told you. He's told us. But the story of the ghost. Da 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 da. It was a good ghost. But yeah, Google Photos. It's so great. It's good. I just show you pictures. It's better. There's me after the show. This woman, okay, these are the people. This woman photobombed me and then sent it to me on Instagram, just like random. Like, hey, I saw you. I saw you. This girl was the one that predicted Carini opener. She gave me the Carini bracelet before the show. And then they played Carini. She's a witch. I mean, like, you know what I mean? She predicted. This was a random couple that wanted a selfie with me. This was another couple that saw me as they were parking their car and they wanted a selfie. So I did it through influencer jail, like through the fence. They climbed up on this, like, hill to take a picture with me. This was another girl that got my photo at MSG. This was the woman who posted me that I annoyed her. My presence annoyed her so much that she moved seats. Because just seeing me was apparently like ruining her vibe. And she left. Now I looked at her photo and she seemed to be a bit older, like late 50s to 60s maybe. And she was, you know, apparently just me being there was just, she couldn't handle it and she moved seats. Because like she couldn't handle it. She wrote that in a Facebook thing. She was in front of me and I just couldn't handle it. And everyone was like, her dancing? Like her just like standing there? They're like, that's crazy. So that's how some people have that reaction with me. Like just me existing and with a bow and neon and dressed all pretty with makeup and stuff, like it just triggers people. And me just like dancing really happy when everyone else is just standing there like this. And I'm just like, and they're like, you dance and it makes me uncomfortable. I don't know. They're all the fun police. So anyway, that was just fun because a lot of people took pictures with me. kind of famous, I guess, but y'all made me famous. I'm actually not anybody, just a normal mom, but it's funny how famous the fans have made me. And even when people keep saying, "Oh, stop talking about her. She doesn't want, we don't need to give her the attention, blah, blah, blah." Then they still keep talking about me anyway. Every day I check the Phish fans who hate Phish fans. I'm like, let's see if someone posted about me today. And they did. And then I go Phish official call outs. Let's see if someone posted me today. And they did. It's like they can't stop it. Oh, they go so hard here. That's the first time I was like, oh, the camera's on me. Let me be dramatic. See, that's how I dance if I know the camera's on me. Cheerleader strike on the lights. Okay, that's what I did. Driving down the road. See? I got moves. Where are the good videos? Yeah, that's like my ideal interpretive dance, if I could do one. So yeah, I like that a lot. I had a pole to dance on, so I was like, why not go down on that pole? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, sweet. Oh wow, the videos are working now. It's a great possum. I love possum. I got to be on the rail for possum at second night MPP. I'm trying to find it. Someone took a picture of it. It's like able to screen record it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so this is when the rail riders pulled me up. They're like, Erica, come up. You need to be on the rail for one song. Do 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 do. Never will load. Google Photos. I really want to play it. Oh, there we go. See, there I am dancing. It went so. All right. So now we can talk about the overarching. What does it mean? What does it mean? I did all this. What does it mean? I'll zoom out. What does it mean? I think that the most interesting thing was I'd never been in a pavilion before, so that was cool for Deer Creek, Raleigh, MPP. It's very hot though in these places. Like it's very humid. We don't have humidity in California, so I'm also like, why do they do outdoor shows at all? Like that's my kind of question. I kind of like the outdoor vibe, but then I feel bad. Like the people on the lawn, like yes, there's space and all, but they're so far and the sound can't be that good out there. So I was like, I just wonder about that versus like just doing it in like a stadium, like United Center. So I wonder about that. Deer Creek was cool just because I got to see people tailgating in a parking lot for the first time, which I've only seen at football games. And I said that, and people were like calling me out for that. They're like, she's never been to a concert tailgate. And it's like, no, I have not been to a concert tailgate. We don't really do that at the opera. I hate to tell you. We don't exactly do that at the symphony. Okay. And I've never like just gone somewhere hours early to drink. except for football games. And I only did that in college. And even when I went to college, that was like a new experience for me. I was like, people tailgate for sports? I didn't grow up like that. So I was like, people tailgate for sports? That was like something I learned about in college. So I didn't even know about that. And then I never like, when was I ever on the lawn as a high schooler? I think I saw Britney Spears in an amphitheater. When I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers, we had seats. But it was in an amphitheater near Sacramento. I guess I've been to the Hollywood Bowl. It's technically an amphitheater, but I don't really like lawn because I don't like being far away because I just get distracted. Like I'm ADD. I like being in the pit because it keeps me focused on the band because I like see them. When I was with chompers the most chompers were at Fenway. Fenway had the worst chompers. There was literally just like conversations going on during the concert and you could hear it like echoing off everything. I was like, this is like too casual for me. I'm like, who are these like casual Phish fans? Like, oh yeah, Phish is playing at Fenway. Why don't we go? Yeah, sure. We've been seeing them for 20 years. Like a ton of people at the Fenway show hadn't been to a Phish show for like 20 years. And we're just like, oh yeah, Phish. I see them like once in a while. So that's the thing. Fenway has terrible sound, but I just like that it was a lot of people and that it was fresh energy because a lot of the people weren't like the jaded, typical fans kind of thing. Also, Deer Creek, which was really cool, is that I just like gifted my sphere blankets to people I saw. And so there was this like younger group of people, probably in their like late 20s or mid 20s or so. And they were like, oh, I don't have one of them brought a blanket, but there was like so many of them. There was like 8 of them and only one blanket. And then I was like, oh, I'm actually giving away this sphere blanket. She's like, no, that's too nice. I was like, no, I brought them to give away because I had like 5 extra. Like I don't need that many because I got them from the packages, 100x travel. And I was like, here, take this blanket. And they were just like, wow, that's so nice, whatever. Like they had never seen Phish before, so I thought that was nice. It was like their first Phish show. MSG just got so expensive. Like I'd say the fact that I couldn't get floor tickets for the last 2 shows was like kind of I should have just bought the 5-day pass. At one point the 5-day pass was like $1,600 and I was like, seems pricey, but in retrospect that would have been like a good deal. The only thing that made the difference is that someone miracled me the Friday Saturday 2-day pass just because they're like a fan and they have like friends and family connections or something. So but like we couldn't get on the floor for the last 2 nights of MSG. But it was actually good because we started calling it Gen Pop. Okay, so my friend, he was never a floor person. And he's like 1.0 guy, 250 shows, never a floor person. Like since he was like a kid, in some GA venues, he was on the floor. But he wasn't a floor person since then. He's been a seats person, okay? Now he goes with me. And of course, I'm a floor person. So he's had to adapt. But then he's like, I actually think the floor, like his evaluations after like doing a few shows and he like getting to know the people who are always on the floor. It's like always the same cast of characters. And he's like, you know what? I think the floor people and those who win first entry, I think everyone plays a role for the band and that's why they get picked all the time. Like he thinks some of them are kind of like security, like the muscle, like the ones that are kind of like aggro. They're like the muscle to make sure like nothing happens. Then there's the girl that does the confetti. Then there's like the rail rider dancer girls, like whatever, let's just say like Bikini Karini, right? Like her role is to like, they just need girls on the rail that are hot, right? Okay. So like everybody has a role. So he was kind of like, I feel like everybody on the floor has a role and that's why they're there. And like, it's like the band wants it to be that way. And I was like, that's an interesting perspective, just as someone coming in who was never on the floor. It's very different to be on the floor than seats because your whole day, when you're on the floor, you have to get there. If you get first entry, you have to be in line by like 5:30. For the earlier shows like Deer Creek and some of them, Raleigh, I had to be in that line by 4:30. So your whole day then, like I'm working backwards from 4:30. So it's like, okay, have lunch at 12, do my hair and makeup, get to the show, stand in line for first entry, then sit and tarp. I just call it tarping because like whatever, you're just sitting there for 2 hours. Then you get in at like 6 and the show starts at 8. So like you literally have to sit there for 2 hours, okay? And you still have to guard it. Like that's why you put a blanket because like, oh, I have to get a drink, I have to whatever. So you're like there, and then you're there for so long, and then people do show up last minute and they just try to like squeeze in. But it's a very different experience than like when we did have tickets at MSG, and I was like, wow, we can like casually arrive at 7, get through security with ample time, grab a drink. It's a very different experience, and it's really nice to have a seat in that sense. So it's the same with Fenway. I was like, wow, we can just like get through security, go to a seat. It's kind of a relief in a way because I'm telling you, the rail rider like scene is like a totally different. It's like a job. And then some of those people who don't win, some of the people you see on the rail like every time, they don't win first entry. What they do is they get in the regular line at noon. So they're in the line at noon for the day, every single show. And there's this one guy who's very dedicated, and he is often up in the front 2 rows. But what I realized is when he doesn't win first entry, he gets in the line at 12 every single day. And so then I realized, I'm like, oh, he like puts in the work. He's not cheating. He's not running in front of people. Now look, he has made enough friends with other rail riders that like people do save space for him, but he's the first one in once the first entry people have seated, which they usually do like 250 people. Once they're seated, they let in the regular line who stood in line. He's number one in that line if he didn't win first entry. And then, yes, for him to go with the people who like kind of saved him a spot in the second row, not a big deal. Like nobody cares because he, like no one's like, oh, you can't be here. But the people that show up at like 7:30 p.m., I do now get it why there's a little bit of like, this was my spot. I've been here for 2 hours. Because if you just like show up at 7:30 p.m. or 7:45, 7:50, like they show up like so late and then they're like, oh, here's a spot. It's like, no, we've been saving, like we're just trying to not be cramped because we want to dance, right? So I do see both sides of it. But MSG does it the best because MSG does the rope. And so as people were coming in, they make you go towards the front and they make you like they make sure you're not too loose up there and they don't let you sit too much. Therefore, if you notice, the back of the MSG floor was so empty. It was so sparse, and they did the best job of that. So I think that's actually a really good solution. Raleigh was a really good pit as well. I was like third row for Raleigh. Really great pit though. Overall, it wasn't that crowded. I mean, it was like spacious enough where you didn't feel like claustrophobic or anything. The worst pit Deer Creek was also a very spacious pit, surprisingly. But I think it's because they didn't oversell the pit because most people are lawn and they have really good pavilion seats. So the worst pit of the tour was MPP. It was awful. Okay. So the first night we got there probably at we didn't win first entry. We got there at 6:30. We were like way too far back for what I like. I was like 10th row or something, but it's like very shallow pit. So I was only like not that far from the back, but it was kind of center. But then like people started coming in. It got so crowded. And I just didn't like it. And then our hotel had like the VIP pass to go up to the these side viewing areas in MPP. There's like these like VIP areas where you can like stand above the pavilion kind of on the side. So on the second night, we had a better spot because we did win first entry, but we were like 6th row, 5th row, something like that. But my friend, he felt crowded because like people kind of came in. Oh, there was this terrible situation. Second night MPP, this drunk dad with like a high school or college age boy came in really last minute, and he just straight up walks up to the 3rd row at like 7:45 p.m. And he happened to go right where the aggro guys are, like the super very, I don't agree with their ways. I would never like push someone, I kind of just like, hey man, I don't do anything like that. But this guy just tries to walk up and they're just like, no. And they're like, you can't go there. Like you literally, and he's like drunk and they're like, you can't just come up at 7:45 to the 3rd row. Like, it's just like, it's like culturally like crazy to them. Like, we've been here all day. We've been waiting. You're either in first entry line or you were waiting since 12. So anyway, that guy we let him kind of back right behind us, which was still like a very good spot. But then that made it really crowded for my friend. So then after the first set, he's like, I'm just going to go up to that VIP area because I ended up having a really good spot because I had the guy, Mark, the older 1.0 vet guy who's like probably 60 something or 50. He's between 58 and 63 probably. And he like was, everyone knows him. And he was like taking care of me, whatever. So like my friend was like, I'm just gonna film you from up there, and like it's too crowded for me down here. That's how bad the MPP pit was. But MSG pit was lovely, and there was no pit at Fenway. So that's kind of my overall thing. Deer Creek was a really good pit, and I think Raleigh was a really good pit. MSG is just what it is, but I think they space it well because it's well organized. But I think, MSG could be bad if they didn't space it well. But I do think, people that come at 7:45, whatever, and it's always some drunk person. Also, sometimes really belligerent people will just like randomly walk up in the middle of a song, like in the middle of the show, in the middle of the set, and they try to just come up and like dance or something, and you're like, what? Like, it's like this, my spot. So, yeah. But then I did pull, which people have not even thought of this, and then I don't know why no one's thought of this, but in that MVP situation where we felt like, okay, second night, I have enough space to dance and I will not be cramped. That's great. But if more people come in here, I will be cramped. I'm not gonna be able to like do my moves. Okay. So these two guys come up, and I go, just so you know, I'm a TikToker and I record myself I record videos of me dancing. So if you stand here, you're going to be in my TikTok videos. And they went away. And I was like, brilliant. Like, Erica, this is the most brilliant thing you've ever come up with. So, and there's also people who avoid me because they know I'm the TikTok girl, and they like come in and they're like, oh, I don't want to be near her. And they go away. So actually, it was the most like brilliant thing I never planned that ended up being like in my favor for having space on the floor inadvertently. However, now that people have actually been on the floor with me and I'm getting so many good reviews, I'm like a Yelp, like Erica's Yelp, Erica Reacts Yelp. I've been getting so many nice reviews of people like, oh, she's great on the floor. She's so much energy, so much fun. She only brings like happiness. She only brings positivity. So people are starting to realize like, okay, she's not that annoying TikToker. But there was one guy, first night of Deer Creek, he sees me and he goes, oh my God, you're that girl from Instagram. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I had to block you. And I'm like, why? He's like, why'd you say that? Something about the sphere. One of my sphere videos really triggered him. Maybe this is our Coachella. This is our. That was so good. That weekend I had Maya with me. Maya Thatch, the goose influencer who's like 25 years old. I was like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to walk like it's a catwalk. I'm going to put this like really like catwalky music. And then I'm going to be like, this is our Coachella. And then I want you to give the camera a look. And she's like, okay, that sounds great. Anyway, that video, oh my God. It was so good. This is our Coachella. No, one of my videos that I said, it was like one of the stupidest videos. It was when I said they played main character 0 for me. He was so triggered by that he blocked me. He's like, why did you say that they played main character 0 for me? I was like, it's a joke. It's like, do you actually think that I think that the band with like all these people there are like playing that for me? And they do. But I don't know. I figured like a lot of people have a touch of the tism, they're a little spectrum-y, and they take it very literally. I also had to have the same conversation at MSG. He's like, why do you think that they play for you? I was like, no, but I think that's really funny, don't you? And he's like, I don't get it. I'm like, you really, like, they actually believe it. I was like, wow, I'm such a good actress. Like, I didn't know I was such a good actress, but apparently I am. But that's like my humor. It's like I say sometimes things like kind of deadpan, but it's funny, but people don't know. Or I actually say things sarcastic, but they don't know that I'm being sarcastic. So anyway, overall, I think, there was a whole point of me talking about being in Gen Pop, as we call it. So now we call like the floor is VIP and like seats are Gen Pop. Okay. The advantage of being in Gen Pop is that, it's a prison term. I got to interact with the people more. Like it was more like the people, like, because when you're on the floor, you're only with the floor people, and most of the floor people know me already. So when I was in the like causeway, the foyer of the Madison Square Garden, and I'm walking through there, I'm getting stopped every 5 seconds. Oh my God, Erica, can I get a picture? Oh my God, Erica, like up the escalator, like just being in that access, like in the area where everyone has access to. I got way more people talking to me. And same with like Fenway, where it was like, Gen Pop, like similar. I had more people being like, "Oh my God, Erica, Erica, Erica," because like when I'm on the floor at MSG, I'm like inaccessible, and I think that's part of why some of the rail riders got such bad like reputations, like Bikini Karini, is because she's so visible. She's dancing, she's jumping up and down in a bikini. She has a six pack, you know, she has a freaking six pack. But then no one ever gets to actually talk to her because she's on the floor. She's in first entry. She's not accessible. We're not standing outside at 7 p.m. just like moseying around MSG. We're like inside already. So I realized that the more that I went around and actually just like people saw me in public, and I'm with a very like normal looking Phish guy. Like it's not like people thought I had like a photographer or like I have a camera person. Like imagine if I had some like random camera person like doesn't fit in with Phish at all, like some Gen Z kid or something. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. No, I'm with like a normal looking Phish dude. The most normal, like he would just blend in. He's so generic you wouldn't even know who he is. Okay, like literally. And so then they're like, oh, she's just like another person at the show. And then they talk to me and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like totally nice, like totally like normal. And so I think it was actually really good for like more people getting to like humanize me, if that makes sense. Like I became less of like a, oh, she's that girl that comes up on my feed and she's so annoying. And like, oh, she's just a normal person at a concert. Does that make sense? Like people saw me as a human. So I feel like that was actually a very good thing of having seats to the nights of MSG, even though one was a floor MSG, but still I got to like see more people in line when I came in late. And what else? Oh yeah, and then just like the Fenway, like having seats. I felt like that was also getting to like talk to the Phish fans who have only seen me on the MSG floor, for example, or on the Deer Creek floor or on the Raleigh floor. Because everyone's looking at the stage and then there I am like with my hair bow, right? So it's like it's very different when you actually get to meet the person. So I just thought that was really good. The music was great. The 90s shows were really cool. I got so many bust outs that just I thought I would never hear. I never thought I would get a Kung. I never thought I would get a Harpua. I never thought I would get like so many things. Even just like Scent of a Mule. I never had Scent of a Mule. So there's like so many random things. Avini Volcano, I didn't have that. Like there was just so many bust outs at MSG that like I just didn't think I was gonna get ever. Because I was like, oh, I missed my time, you know, like I'm a new fan, I'm never gonna get it, whatever. And then I did. And I'd already gotten to the point after the Sphere that I was like, after I got my Tila, I was like, I'm done chasing. People were like, are you chasing anything? I'm like, no, I'm done chasing. Whatever God gives me, okay? Like it's a gift, right? Whatever the universe gives me. So I'd already like given up on like chasing something. And so then I get really cool stuff this summer. I got Contact at MPP. Cars, bars, roads are a bus and a tires on the contact with roads. And the roads are the cars, but the contact with the tires and the boats. And the roads and the... Okay, so I was like, I never had Contact. Yeah, but just mostly the MSG things. And then, of course, I was there for Melt the Guns, which was like, hasn't been played in like 2,000 shows or something. Didn't expect that at Fenway. So I'd say that was just a lot of fun. But I think the best thing about this tour versus even the Sphere, I'd say, is that I'm so much more familiar with so many Phish songs that I know most of the playlists. You know what I mean? Like, I know so many... I have 41 shows. People are asking how many shows. I have 41 shows. Let me see if I can pull up like my Phish.net stuff. But I'm now 41 shows. At the Sphere, I was at 29 at the end of the Sphere. But yeah, I know so many Phish songs now that I genuinely enjoy most of the show. Like I like the whole time I'm like, oh yeah, Ruby Waves, and like you know what I mean? Like I know all the songs, you know, Punch You in the Eye, like Reba, Yem, Divided Sky, you know, Divided Sky, the wind blows high. Divided sky, the wind blows high. Right, so I'm really into that. But I'd say that's what's been the best thing about just like doing the whole Sphere, and then have, you know, I did like Mexico, I did MSG, I did Hampton, and then because last summer I genuinely did not know what the F was going on. Like my first show was San Francisco. I didn't know. In fact, like let's just like look through in reflection because I find it very interesting. So like my first show, I didn't even know what these songs were. I didn't know anything except Carini, Waste, and Fluffhead. And I think I'd heard Down with the Disease. So at my very first show, the first set, I didn't know a single song. I'd never heard any of those songs before. So I didn't even understand what was going on, right? I knew Carini, so I was like excited to get that. I didn't even know No Man's Ruby Waves. I did not know What's the Use. And then I got Fluffhead, which I had listened to during my like initial thing. So that I had no idea what was even going on. I remember just being like, what the F is going on? Like I didn't know anything. Then the next show, the next night, I knew Simple. I knew Punch You in the Eye. I knew Reba. I didn't know, and I knew Character Zero, but I didn't know Gumbo or The Well. I don't even think I don't know if I'd listened to David Bowie yet. I think I did. I think I'd listened to David Bowie. So like the second night, I was like, oh, I know those. Sample in a Jar, Tweezer, yes. I didn't know Lonely Trip yet. I didn't know Cross-Eyed and Painless because I didn't even know the Talking Heads. I did not know Pillow Jets. But then I got Yem, and I was like, oh my God, it's Yem. And then I had never heard Waiting in the Velvet Sea until this show. And I'd never heard First Tube. Like this was like my first time hearing First Tube when I was at the show. So like that was really cool. And then I like go to Austin and I'm like, I'm still very green, right? I didn't know that was my first, and I got Cities. I was like, oh, it's pretty sick. I didn't know that song either because I didn't know the Talking Heads, but I didn't know anything. I think I'd listened to Taste on my reviews, like my reaction channel before. So then I heard, so even in Austin, like that first night, then that Fuego was really long. I think it was like a 40-minute Fuego or something. And then that was my first Squirming Coil. Okay, then I knew Character Zero. And then Life Beyond the Dream. Okay, then I got First Tube again. So I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to like hear things that I'd heard before. So I'm becoming a little more familiar. Punch Me in the Eye, Free. I didn't know Hey Stranger yet. I didn't know Plasma. I didn't know Geula Papyrus yet. I didn't know Moon Age Daydream. I know that like was a bust out cover. I didn't know that. Chalk Dust I knew. That was like my first Twist. I then was like heard Ruby Waves a few times already. So I was like, oh, Ruby Waves. It's becoming familiar. That was my first Monsters. Waste. I knew Waste. I had never heard Say to Me Santos. So like as like I went to shows, I just started to get, you get things you've heard before. And I remember at that point when I headed to Chicago. So I went to Austin on a date with my ex-Phish boyfriend, actually, because I had a first Phish boyfriend, and then I have now my second Phish boyfriend. But my first Phish boyfriend I did last summer tour with through MSG. I know. So it's like, okay. So but I went to Chicago alone. I went to San Francisco alone too, okay? So like it was very important to me that like I did Chicago alone because I was still like new and I just didn't want to like become a girl that just like gets a boyfriend and just like only hangs out with them kind of thing. Like I was like, no, I'm going to Chicago alone. Like I wanted to be really brave and like go to something alone. And so I went to Chicago alone and I had a great time in Chicago and like I met a lot of people and I felt like I made a lot of connections when I went to those Chicago shows alone. Like it was like a really important thing. Also, one of the best things that happened in Chicago, and I see this girl all the time and I want to talk to her so bad. She was near me at MSG on the third night of MSG. She's this little short girl, like woman. She's probably, I mean, she's older than me, but like she's this like little petite brunette girl, whatever. And Chicago United Center, I think it was this first night, or maybe the second night, maybe it's the third night. I don't remember, but at one of those nights, I was selfie filming during the show, okay? And she just says so nicely to me, she goes, hey, your phone's really like distracting and it's like taking away my show experience. And I go, oh my God, that's terrible. 'Cause she's short too, so like she can't see over people, right? And I kind of get it. I was like, not only is that like annoying, but it's blocking her, like literally, right? And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I put it away. And then that was the first show where like I put away my phone and I was like, oh, this is really nice. And I'm just like in the moment. And like I wasn't on my phone, I wasn't recording. And I was like, this is great. So that took me just even on my fifth or sixth show in Chicago, like I already like got to that point just so people know, okay? I wasn't like trying to be annoying or anything. I just was a noob and like I didn't know. I didn't know because at every other concert in the world, people have their phones out, right? Like at anything you go to nowadays, people like if you gone to an EDM show, literally the entire place is like this. right when the beat drop happens, right? So it's just culturally, I didn't know that it was like not a thing when I first got there. I didn't know. Like I really didn't know. And now that I know, when Pink Talking Fish came to our little theater here, one of my good friends came with me because she likes Pink Floyd, but I had never heard. I just know them for Fish and a little Talking Heads now, right? So she's like trying to like film me during the show. She's like, "Oh, dance, let's get a good video," and da 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 da. Like, and I was like so embarrassed. And then I realized like I had like become acclimated to the culture because I was like, we don't need to take selfie videos here. Like, let's just like be low key. And I was like, let's just like, I was actually kind of embarrassed because I now had like two cultures kind of coming together where like we were used to like recording everything. And then now I'm taking her into my world a little bit. And then I was like, no, I can't do that. Plus, like people were starting to recognize me locally, especially. And I'm like, I can't be like, Pink Talking Fish, like, like this. Okay. And so I haven't been like that since. Honestly, even in my San Francisco shows, my first shows, I didn't do that. I just streamed like this this is all I did in San Francisco. I streamed on my TikTok a little bit like this. I didn't record in San Francisco. When I went to Austin, I had that guy I was with film me just a little bit, but I didn't really get much clips at all. In fact, I think the first time I don't have any clips. We mainly just filmed me walking around Austin. I didn't really take that many clips. Chicago, I took some clips. I did get right behind. I got second row in Chicago because like this guy had a spot on the rail, and I was kind of like, hey, and then we became friends, and I was like, can I come up there with you? And he's like, yes. And so I used my pretty privilege. I've talked about that before. I used my pretty privilege to like get to the second row. But it was like four guys. It was like this one guy didn't know anyone, and then these two guys behind him, but they like did not care that I came. There was like plenty of space up there. Second night Chicago. Third night Chicago was my first Lizards. That was a really important moment. But then since then, it's just been like, I'm just getting to know the songs. And so, for example, the freaking Fenway shows, I knew like every single song. You know what I mean? So Fenway, I'm like, Carini, Everything's Right, Back on the Train, Killed Up Free, Killed Up a Falls, Harry Hood. I know every single song. What's going through your mind? Fuego. Okay, Melt the Guns. Nobody knew Melt the Guns. I was like, ooh, a new song. I looked at him. I was like, do you know this song? He's like, no. I was like, whoa. Okay, Wave of Hope. Of course. Golden Age. Burn Like an Antelope. Life and a Dream. Sadie Santos. Like, I knew every single song at Fenway. So I'd say the difference between going back in the beginning where I was like, I don't know what these songs are, and then having done that whole tour and then having done all the Sphere, is that this tour was just like enjoyable because I knew most of the songs. And so then when a bust out happened, I was actually like, wow, I don't know this song. I've never like contact. I was like, I haven't had this song. And then also the guy I'm with, he knows also my playlist or whatever it's called. Like he knows my stats, right? So he knows what I haven't seen. So he's like, oh, you haven't seen this one. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, I haven't seen this one. I'm like, okay, that's great. But these are now my haven't seen songs because I got so many from this run. And I may never get them. I'd like to get a Peaches and Regalia. I'd like to get a Roses Are Free. I'd really like to get Roses Are Free. That'd be really cool. How many of these do I even know? I don't really know most of these down here. Probably a lot of them are covers. Like I know Take the A Train's a cover. I don't have a Dinner and a Movie. They played Dinner and a Movie in Savannah, so had I gone to Savannah, I would have had Dinner and a Movie. I don't know the last time they've played. They haven't played Alumni Blues since 2023, because you can kind of see here. What was this Lawn Boy? Yeah, I didn't go to SPAC, so I missed that Lawn Boy last year. I did not go to the Phish Mexico in 25. I did not go to Hollywood Bowl. So you can kind of see like the shows that I missed more recently. That's why I'm not gonna get them. So, but yeah, as someone in the chat said, it's so much funner when you not only know the songs, but you have heard so many jams because then you see when they differ. I agree with that. And also, if I go, I totally agree with that. And also just from like a year ago or 6 months ago, I remember I was less into jams at first because I was more like, do I know this song, right? But now I actually really like to see what they do with the jams, especially Trey on mini kit. I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, Trey's just having a blast with that cowbell. But I do actually really pay attention to how the jams go and like what they're doing, and it is really interesting to see like how this jam is different from different ones. And so that is now a fun thing about going to the shows. So I'd say it's like a very interesting. Oh, and then the other fun thing is, someone came up to me in Fenway, this couple, and he goes, "I've actually been following you since you listened to Mole." I'm like, since I listened to Mole, like Mull, like Mike Gordon's song, I was like, no way. Like not many people were following me since then. So he was like an OG Erica Retro Gaming, like back in the beginning, all the way back then. He's been following me since then. So that was like pretty cool. And then I told him, like, I remember when it went full circle and I finally got Mole in Mexico this year. And I was like, oh my God, they're playing Mole. And then I got Mole again. I think I have two moles actually. Let's see, Mole. Yeah, I have two moles. So it was just kind of funny because that was like the first song I ever heard. And then like when I finally got it in Mexico, I was like, oh my God, it's the first song I ever heard. I was like, this is such a full circle moment. I was like, that's so funny. I just want to point out that I did call myself main character zero, but look at my number one song. It's character zero. Character zero. Out of 41 shows, I've heard it 10 times. That's nearly a 1 in 4 odds. So like at 25% of the shows I go to, character zero has been played. That's kind of obscure. They did put the chessboard on stage on 95 night, on the 4th night of MSG, but they just had Paige make one move when he came on stage. They did not play chess against anyone in the audience. They're just like, making a move for the band is Paige McConnell. He moved it, and then they took away the board, so I think it blocked the side stage seats, but they didn't like make it a bit beyond that. But I do think it's crazy that I've had Weekapaw Groove 9 times, No Man and Nose Man 9 times, Ruby Waves 9 times. That's why Ruby Waves is like one of my favorite songs, because I'm like, I know it so well. When I die, na 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 na, da na 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 na, na 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 na, and a ruby waves flying down on me. So that's kind of cool. And then my other stats, yeah, no, my bathtub gin is like way down here, like 6, because I don't know why. I just didn't get like everything. I have as many everything's right as bathtub gins, and Life Saving Gun. I love that song too. I wanted more. I have 6 Santos. I have 6 Split Open and Melt. I mean, like some of these are like obscure. 5 Cross-Eyed and Painless. It was a formula. It was 5 Lizards. 5 Lizards! Because Trey started playing Lizards so much. I love Lizards. But I couldn't believe it. Not only do I have 5 Lizards, I have the Trey Band Lizards too. So technically, if you count side shows. Take a piece of tinsel and put it on the tree. But for my like one-time things, I have some like pretty cool stuff just to show you. I'm going to slowly scroll down this just so you can see some of my bust outs. It's super exciting. But then my friend, he showed me his stats and he has like 51 Harry Hoods. I was like, okay, like to put it in perspective, when you have like over 250 shows, and I'm like, look, I have like 9 Harry Hoods. He's like, I have like 51. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right. Such a noob. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, so my overall thing is like, I just enjoyed going to all the different cities. I enjoyed the venues. I enjoyed just knowing a lot of the songs, just appreciating the bust outs, appreciating the jams. Like, I really liked in Deer Creek when they did Carini. It started with my friend into No Quarter into Carini, and it was like an evil Phish like set, and I thought that was really cool, just like the red lights. There was like an evil Phish one of these like 3.0 songs is either Ruby Waves or Wave of Hope. Oh, it's Wave of Hope. There was like a Wave of Hope that went into like an evil Phish jam. And I was like, that's crazy. Because like Wave of Hope is like all inspirational and uplifting. And the jam was like so evil Phish, like red lighting. And like it got real like, like crazy. I was like, whoa, So like they're definitely, I appreciated all of that. But yeah, it's like, I think we have a good thing going. We're like, how we get the recordings are he's like, okay, band, zoom out 0.5, hold it right here behind drink. Because also like I'll use Yoshi as the drink. That way the screen isn't bright on the people there, okay? So if the drink's held like this and is 0.5 zoom, he's not blocking anyone behind him. Okay, they can't even see it. No one on the side or over there is seeing like the camera screen. It's not bright, okay? And so that is how we get the footage now. And he knows the bust out moments because he's been over 250 shows. So like he knows when it's going to be like the lighting comes up and I'm like, I'm off to see the man, right? So I'm doing that the whole time. It's just he knows when the key moment's going to be. So he can like enjoy the whole show and he doesn't even watch. He goes like this towards like the side and then he's just like looking at the show. He's not like, is it good? He like figured out how to like just hold it without thinking about it. So that's how I get the footage. But like people get so crazy about it. Like they're like, oh my God. But then as people have been seeing us do it, actually the funniest thing, honestly, from Fenway, a lot of random stuff. There was this like Gen X couple, 50s, probably like mid to late 50s. And they're like, they were in front of us and to the side. Okay. She is like talking to the husband and she's like looking back and they're like, how is she getting her footage? And they're like, I don't see her recording at all. And they're like, she doesn't even have her phone out. And then they're like, how does he do it? Like they were actually like watching us because they were baffled on how I'm able to get the content. Like they were actually like, how does she do it? Like they were like studying us, like looking back at us, like, how does she do it? Like, I don't even see a camera. How is it even done? Is he wearing meta glasses? Like literally like they were like baffled. And I just thought that was funny that I'm like, this is what people are thinking about. Like it was like so funny. Like guys, like you could just ask me. Like I'm very open. That's the thing. It's like I'm very open. I don't like gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is just insecurity. So it's like so not necessary. All right. I thought this was great. I'd be happy to answer any questions in the chat. I think I haven't been answering them, but essentially, it was great. It's like 3 weeks of my life. I did have to go home between Deer Creek and Raleigh. I worked remotely a bit. I streamed a little bit. I did my YouTube channel a little bit. I was kind of not doing as much as I should. It was a good experience. My kids were at summer camp. It was only 3 weeks of my life. That's the thing. It's like people act like, oh, I went on tour as if like I've been on tour for like 6 months or something. It's like it was 3 weeks of my life. Okay. All while my kids were at summer camp. Not a big deal. Just like fall tour, which I'm probably not doing. If I go to fall tour, I'm going to like one place and that's it. Like it's 2 weeks, but it's only 2 weeks. I'm saying it's like 2 weeks. The Sphere was 3 weeks and it was weekends and I went back and forth to California. So that's how I did it. I was able to like work, go to the Sphere, come back Sunday morning, like 7 a.m. flight. I was back. I was home all day Sunday for the Sphere because it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which was way better. So I was able to go home every Sunday, be home all day Sunday, work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, fly Thursday. So I was able to go back and forth because it was like 1 hour from California. That's how I did that. Mexico is like 4 days. It's like a vacation. It's not a big deal. MSG, I'm a teacher. There's no school during Christmas anyway. There's no school during New Year's, so that's easy, right? So it's like I can go to shows when they're on like school breaks, but I can't do like fall tour because it's in the middle of the school year. It's in the Southeast. It's not convenient for me, and I wouldn't do that. Like I'm just not gonna do fall tour. It just doesn't make sense. So like I think people have to look at things with like nuance and like perspective. If Phish goes back to the Sphere again, I'll probably do it again because it's an easy thing from California. Southwest flights get things on points. It's only an hour flight each way. Like it's so easy to do it like that and go back and forth. Some people just like moved out there that have remote jobs. So that's how I'm able to do it. It's not some like, people are just so like baffled by it. I'm like, you guys, it was 3 weeks of summer when I'm a teacher, I don't have clients, and my kids are at summer camp. Like, it's not like this, like, how does she do it? A tour used to be months, I feel like, or like when I imagine people going on Grateful Dead tour, I feel like it was like months of their life, and they're just like following a band around for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That's not what we're doing here. Like Europe, I feel like the Europe tour for Grateful Dead was longer than that. So yeah, that's what I have to say. Like I'm just like, it's not like I quit my job for 6 months and went on tour. Like it's a 3 week period that I literally was working between some of it and some of it just remote. So, and it's summer. So it's like, a lot of people are on vacation in July anyway, because like that's when a lot of people just travel. Like it's just very common with kids and stuff like that. So it's again, it's the timing of it. Fall tour is not going to happen for me. I already know. I looked at the dates and I was like, I'm not going to Atlantic City in October. Like that's right when my kids have like stuff going on. If I go to anything, maybe Huntsville, because it's an hour from Nashville, so there's direct flights to Nashville. I was like, okay, I could probably do that if I want to. But again, I don't know if I can. I have Billy Strings tickets for October 2nd locally, so like I don't want to miss that to like go to Atlantic City. So again, this people like perspective, right? Like MSG is like during New Year's, it's a holiday. Um, Fish Mexico, you just take a vacation to go. It's like 4 days in a row. Like it's a chunk. It's not like tour, right? But people get very preoccupied with like, how did you go on tour? It's like I took a vacation instead of going to Europe. I used to go to Italy in the summer or Japan in the summer. Instead of that, I just like went to Fish concerts. Like, ooh, so complicated. But I had a really good time, and the music is great. And like coming back after it, like it really filled my soul, and I feel like a much better mother now. I feel like a much better employee. I feel like I'm more happy in my teaching, like my classes, both my fitness classes and my music classes. I just feel like I'm a more like spiritually whole person, because at the end of the school year, I'm always like dead a little bit inside, just from like pouring out my soul so much and like the work I put into my students. Um, so I think it actually really regenerated me. Like I feel like very thankful to be home. And then I got in the car accident yesterday, and I was just like very thankful to be only minorly injured. And even though I'll be driving a rental car for a few weeks because they're not going to be able to assess the car until next week, um, still I'm like, hey, I'm alive. I'm relatively unscathed. I'm so thankful. And like I was like, oh, if I had just turned right on the street before that, I wouldn't have gotten into the accident. So like weird things like that are playing out in my head. But I had a little like trauma flashback today during body pump. Actually, I was like, whoa, that was scary. So yep, I met a lot of friends, and it's just nicest people that you meet. Oh, and the only people that were mean the whole time, except for the guy that actually we had one guy I had a conversation with, and it turned his whole perspective around on me, and we're like friends now. One guy was just kind of like, you're that annoying girl from Instagram. And then I ended up not being annoying, but then he was like, just like to get really drunk at the show. So like, I was like, well, you're just kind of an annoying drunk guy that takes his shirt off in the pit, but whatever. And then this other guy who I was like, no, I don't actually think Main Character Zero is about me or whatever. He's like, okay. Then the only other people that were mean is as I was leaving MSG, these two bearded, older, overweight guys. Apparently, I didn't see them. My friend saw them, and they were like, Eric Retro Gaming, go away. Okay. Like drunkenly as we were leaving MSG on the last night. But other than that, everyone was really nice. So, yep. It was fun. It's one of a kind. It's such a great experience. I never got to do it when I was young, so I'll do it now. Can't I live when I'm young? So, yeah, it was a really good time. It was really good fun. It was so good. Thanks for watching. And, I know it was long, but it was a long part of my life. So, in between shows, like I did other things. Like I saw Broadway shows in New York. We had to go back and forth to do errands and stuff like that. Worked remotely, walked around. I saw some friends shopping. Like I did stuff on the off days. And the way I survived, like body wise, like is that I wasn't drinking. I think I drank at like 3 shows out of the 12, maybe. And even that, I kept it really light. So, 1, that you don't have to pee as much. And 2, it's just healthier. And 3, like, I don't want to be hungover because then, like, it just messes up your whole thing. So I just like don't drink and I'm like, oh, it's great. So I'm doing that. And I can actually lock into the music better and I remember it a lot better when I don't drink. So that's how I also did it. If I had drank at all 12 shows, like, and got drunk, it would have been very difficult to do that. So I think even like drugs can have like a wearing off period or whatever, or like coming down. I've heard there's like a serotonin drop off of psychedelics. I wouldn't know, but like that sounds kind of bad. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing Molly every day for 12 days or something, it must be hard to like come off of that. So anyway, I'll see you guys soon. I gotta stream my regular request show and I gotta do more videos. I'm just gonna take a little break and then I will come back to record more content later.